Hey guys, how's it going? So today on Namecast, we're going to be talking about the best video games of all time. Let's get into it. Oh! Hello everybody and welcome to CGen. My name is Nathan and this is...
I am Richard.
Whoa, that's like way too low energy. I'm coming in here with all this aggression and stuff and you're spitting it down. We're trying a different style. We have our faces now and they can see you.
You're welcome.
Are you Hacksaw Jim Duggan? That's
No.
a callback joke to a show no one watched, but that's okay.
I might be. You don't know that.
Maybe. Who knows? Kevin is still... What's he doing? Is he rebooting? Or
I don't know what the fuck he does. He just sits in the corner. Oh, I know what it was. He's upgrading his software to Windows 10, and it's just
not going
nothing's
so
compatible with the hardware.
Yeah, exactly. He's out of commission for a while. It's like we're getting a better model, and hopefully when he comes back, he'll be like a better Kevin.
I don't know. You know what? I'd rather just trade to a fucking different whole model.
So if you don't know, this is our podcast called Namecast, where we each kind of bring topics to the table and things like that. Sometimes
we bring topics.
Sometimes Richard totally forgets topics. Move on in here. Come on. Don't be afraid to scooch on in a little bit, you know?
You smell
They got to
too
see
good,
your lovely
though.
face. I took a shower before. I was like, listen, I want to look good.
Okay.
I showered up. So what I'm going to do for my topic, because I imagine you don't have one.
No, not at all.
Nah.
We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah, so what I'm doing for mine is I'm going through the best games of all time and seeing how we agree with them. We're only going to do top 20, but we're going by Metacritic's list.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's just by the best Metacritic ratings. And something I did notice when looking at this before, like people are like, hey, this isn't the best game. The older games, like in around the 2000s, they didn't get nearly as many reviews, so there wasn't as much opportunity for negative reviews. And also the games that are really fucking popular got like 100 reviews, so there's bound to be more negatives to kind of bring it down, right?
It's true, yeah.
So like the super popular shit, it's not as big. But I actually told him this before we did this, and he guessed two like bang on. So we'll start off with number 20.
I know. Firstly right.
Okay, so number 20 is Grand Theft Auto 5. How do you feel about this one?
I played it a little bit. Lately, I'm like an old man, and open world games just don't do it anymore for me, but Grand Theft Auto 5 is still amazing.
I thought it was a really good game. I mean, some people really get into it, and I never bothered for the whole online portion of it. I hear it's good.
That's why I played it. I don't really care about like the story in that game very much.
Oh, wow, we're total opposites. Yeah, I beat the story, and I was done.
Oh, God, no. I did like maybe a few hours of the story, and then I just messed around online.
Yeah?
That's all I wanted to do was play around online.
I hear there's some fun challenges on there, and it's certainly, they keep expanding upon it, and they have heists now. Have you done the online heists?
I haven't done any heists now.
Okay.
But it just seems like it just looks so much fun, and it is fun. I don't know why I say it looks fun. It is fun.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely sold Gangbusters too, so obvious that it would be on this list. So now next one, kind of a classic, Half-Life 2. Universally loved.
I personally believe Half-Life 2 and Portal are one of the most overrated games of all time.
I played a bit of Half-Life 2, and this wasn't when it was brand new. Like, when's it saying it came out here?
It came out in like 01? 2004.
Whoa, 2004. Yeah, I played in 2005. I think one of my friends got it to me. Shout out to you, Dan. And he got it for me for Christmas. And we played for a bit, and I think it was our own fuck up. Somehow it ended up on Southpaw controls.
Oof.
And we're just like, oh, this game controls terribly. This is the worst game ever. Like, why are people calling this? And then I never played it again. That's awful because I know it actually controls well. We fucked up.
Controls incredibly well.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, it just didn't like people were like Half-Life 2 is the greatest shooter ever made, and I played it after like I don't know after I was like super into shooting games and stuff, and I went back and like it was like 5 years ago I probably played it or so.
Yeah.
So I was just like this game's overrated.
I feel like eventually I have to do a run through of that game.
You do,
like,
yeah.
I'm told it's not very long. Like you can finish it in about like 4 hours, pretty easy.
Something like that, yeah. 4 hours sounds right.
Yeah. So. Obviously, another classic. Totally deserves to be on there. Now, this one, I don't really care about it at all. NFL 2K1 on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, it has a 97 Metacritic rating and then a 5.3
yeah,
user
exactly.
rating.
Like
it's one of the most...
Yeah, how many critics was it? Yeah, 22 critics. Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't think I've ever played a Dreamcast in my life. Have you?
I have.
Yeah? Oh,
yeah.
You owned one, didn't you?
I did not own one.
Okay, you strike me as someone who would.
No, I went to I know a buddy who had one, and I went over to this place a few times. We just played Power Stone, which is amazing.
I don't know Power Stone.
You're
it's
missing
good?
out. It's good.
Okay.
Power Stone's very good.
I got nothing to say, but I've never super been hooked by an NFL game.
No, neither have I.
Like, I would say the MLB games a little bit more, and then probably the soccer games.
I think you have to enjoy football to a certain degree
Exactly.
like it. And I don't really give a fuck about football because I'm Canadian.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, so you're hardcore into the hockey games then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've owned like every NHL game that's come out since 11.
Now,
NHL 11.
my question is, how do you feel about the placing of this next one?
I'm looking at the rest of the
It's in a
list.
stacked list, but I think a couple of them, like, come on. Anyway, we'll get into them later. But this is Halo, the original Halo for the Xbox with the giant, massive controller.
Okay, you're gonna disagree with me probably on this, but I personally feel like Halo Combat Evolved is probably one of the most important shooting games of all time.
Halo changed the way I looked at games.
Yes.
Actually, and I don't think you know how like pivotal of a game that was for me when I got it. I had an original Xbox, and I got it. I think the year after I got my PS2. I was a very spoiled child for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I got Halo when that came out, and Crimson Skies and Fable. So I was
Oh, wow.
fucking like 3 solid games. Ah, man.
3 games you really just need to get you through that fucking life cycle, that console until
Yeah,
Halo
those
2
are the
came
only
out.
games that were good on that console, sadly. I mean,
Yeah.
then Halo 2, which
Yeah.
I got as well. But, I thought Halo was absolutely amazing. My friend and I played through it for the first time, and we just, like, our mind was blown by it. Like, that was one of the games that, you know it's a good game when you get your dad to play it, and he's like, oh, my God. Like, and Dad didn't care about video games, but he was losing his mind over this game.
And exactly. Like, it was an incredibly important game, but it also did a lot of things. Like, it basically started eSports. No
Yeah.
one really knows. Halo and like
Wasn't
it
StarCraft
started
out before this? Or?
it started like console esports.
Oh, okay.
It was a super big deal in North America, actually. Like, MLG started with the original Halo.
Did it?
Yeah,
I actually didn't know that.
yeah. The original MLG started with Halo and I think Melee. Both came out the same year, 2001.
So Bungie started it.
Yeah,
Kind of.
sort of. So yeah, MLG started with that, and then like it expanded, and then like once Halo 2 came out, like MLG just fucking like exploded, and then Halo 3 came out and it got bigger and bigger, and then StarCraft and everything, and then like the scene just blew up in North America for esports.
Yeah, and I think gaming is becoming more accepted, I
Yeah.
would say, in society. So that's
Yeah,
kind of why it's becoming more popular, and ESPN's picking up on it and things like that.
exactly, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so what we got in the next list here? This is an awesome game, Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah.
So it's coming in '97, and talk about another game that just changed it. My mom wouldn't really let me play it much because at the time I think I was 8, so it was like 8 or 9. So it's the Grand Theft Auto 3 was really because if you remember the first 2 Grand Theft Auto games, it was the top down. It was kind of rinky-dinky, and it was whatever.
Not as cool.
It wasn't
Not
very
as fun.
cool, but then they opened you up in this 3D world, and that was really where like the open world game
Yeah.
really came from in the 3D environment, and it blew people's minds.
Exactly, because it's just like something you can't really imagine. You play like the original. If you play Grand Theft Auto 1 or 2, it's like you're like, yeah, like they're fun. But then that shift to like third person, I think it's another big example of it was when Resident Evil 4 came out. You know how like because everything up to that had those static camera angles.
Yeah.
And then 4, they're just like, let's just fucking move it behind the guy.
Yeah.
And then 4 was like, I don't even think it's up for debate. 4 is the greatest Resident Evil game.
Honestly, I've never played a Resident Evil game. I'm sorry, dude. I'm
Play
sorry.
4.
I let you down.
Play 4. Play
Okay,
4.
moving forward.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime on the GameCube. I never fucking owned a GameCube because it's a terrible system. These nerds, this nerd and the other nerd, the tuna nerd, they tell me it's a good system and that it has some fantastic games in it, but
It has
I don't
Melee
know.
on it. That's all you need. That's all you need.
whatever, man. I don't know, dude. So did you play the game, Metroid Prime?
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah,
I
was it
beat
good?
Yeah, it's an amazing adventure game.
Yeah? So
Amazing.
it has like that 2D style to it? Or?
No, it's a
Oh, it's a 3D game?
it's a first person shooter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah. And
Who made that? Retro or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's really good. It held up incredibly well.
Yeah?
Incredibly well. I definitely recommend going back and playing it again if you get the chance.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll check that out. Next one is Grand Theft Auto 4. Again, this is for the PS4 now.
That's a V.
Grand Theft Auto 5, my bad.
Yeah.
But we already talked about it
Yeah.
first in the 20
Perfect
spot, so
Dark
that's fine. Perfect Dark.
on
yeah.
the N64.
What about it?
Re-released on the Xbox 360 arcade store. The best shooting game on the N64.
Yeah. It's like they took what they learned in
what they learned in
in
GoldenEye.
and they made it better. But
Yeah.
also at the same time, I would say the better game that moved on from that team was Time Splitters.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Time Splitters is...
And the fact that I don't see it on this list is a bit of a travesty.
It is disappointing, but
yeah. But I mean, it's the Metacritic list, so whatever.
Yeah.
Ain't a big thing.
Super amazing game.
Yeah, really good. But I never played Perfect Dark. Was it? I heard great things about it, and I remember at the time my friends played it, and I was like, I don't know much about this.
It was like a more polished GoldenEye with a lot more depth. Like they had a lot more maps, and the weapons were like, some of them, there were some alien weapons, because there's like aliens in the game, and then you have like the cool human weapons and like the really cool like alien weapons. Like there's one, for example, where you look down the scope and you can see the heat signatures of other players through the fucking map and shoot them through the walls.
Oh, like the Augur in Resistance Fall, man. But they obviously took it from this.
Never played it, so.
Oh, it's a PS3 exclusive. It's great. Oh man, the first game's not too bad, but the next two games are fantastic, and Insomniac did a great job with that. Moving forward, we got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the PS2. How do you feel about this one?
I don't know if I ever played Pro Skater 3 on the PS2.
Yeah?
I'm not sure.
I remember owning that one on the PS2.
If it came out on N64, I played it. I think it.
Yeah.
I feel like it did, but I'm not sure.
But I mean, we're not going to spend too much time on this one because the next one is Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters 2 on the Dreamcast.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, probably the best of the Tony Hawks.
I would say it has the best licensed soundtrack of any game. Like licensed.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with that.
Yeah, like not made specifically for the game, but just like, yeah.
The only thing I can think of that might compete with it is like Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, okay.
That's a soundtrack like I still bust out and listen to.
Yeah,
today.
but like, fuck, it's so iconic.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater, yeah, dude. It's
just so iconic. There's so many songs in there where you're just like, yeah, you're bumming along. And then
jamming.
Goldfinger by Superman is like the one that hits on everyone, but
exactly.
There's a lot of good tunes in there. Like
Timeless
you gotta
classic.
wash your hands. You gotta, it's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
love it.
Exactly.
Love it. Another one we got in there, Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Xbox 360. I already talked about it. Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PS3. I already talked about it. Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Xbone. I already talked about it. Jesus.
Yeah. Apparently people like that game.
Yeah, apparently so. Now, Super Mario Galaxy 2, which I never played. I played the first one.
Let's talk about 1 and 2 together.
Yeah,
I've actually never played 2.
Yeah, so at the 7 and 8 spot, they're lumped in there together. Both had a 97. And, I loved 3. I thought it was... people talk about how Mario 64 was, like, amazing, and it was the best 3D Mario game. I think Galaxy blows it out of the water.
Galaxy is definitely the best 3D Mario game I've ever played.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to fight me on that.
No way.
Okay.
It just took everything Super Mario 64 did and refined it and made it
the only thing that sucked about that game was the waggle. And the waggle wasn't even that bad, but it was the fact that it was on the Wii kind of sucked. It was a great game. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like Super Mario 64 was a great game. It hasn't really aged well, but like it's still a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's if there's anything that Super Mario 64 I think does better than Mario Galaxy, it nails the hub world.
Yep.
And they had that shit on lock, but it felt like oh, it's just this castle, but there's so many nooks and crannies to this castle.
So many little secrets to it.
And then the Easter
find.
egg they give you at the end for the 120 stars, where you get to fly around in the castle. Like, fuck, nothing will beat that moment. You know what I mean? When you get the wing hat for the 120 stars, and you get to go to the top of the castle, you get to fly around level.
I didn't think you could fly around it. I know Yoshi's up there, and I know the Canada unlocks that lets you get up there. I didn't think you could fly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can fly. Yeah,
I don't know, but
yeah, I never got the 120 stars myself, but like I think it was like my uncle's girlfriend at the time letting me her N64, and she had it done. So
fair enough.
I did that. So now we have Grand Theft Auto 4 for the 360 in the 5th spot. What do you feel about that one?
It was a great game. I played a lot more 4 than 5.
Oh really? I don't think I've played 4 once.
I mean, it's a solid game. It's like what you expect. It was like the natural evolution from 3 to 4. We'll just ignore Vice City.
Yeah.
But 4 was it was amazing. It was really well polished. It introduced online play, which is so much fun.
Oh, did it introduce that?
Yeah, I spent so much time playing online modes with my brothers.
Actually, yeah, I remember when the game came out. Let's just see here. Yeah, in 2008. I remember in 2009 watching one of my buddies. I was at his house, and he was playing tag with some other people online. And like one had a helicopter, the other had like a I don't know, a fucking dirt bike or something. They were just like,
Yeah.
like they just made a game together. It wasn't even a set game mode. They were just
Yeah.
fucking around, having fun in this world, and making their own game with rules in it. And I was, whoa.
Yeah, that's why Grand Theft Auto is so cool. Is 'cause
Yeah.
you get to do things like that. It's all like Minecraft, where you basically make the game.
They
in
plunk
the
you
game.
in there, and there's so many systems that you can take advantage of and do with it what you will. So I think Grand Theft Auto 4 did a good job there. I never actually played it, but it certainly helped
It's good.
pioneer a bit of
It
that.
definitely deserves to be top 10.
So then in the number 2 spot, which I definitely think it should be, and the system that it should have been played on, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. 'Cause
Amazing.
Who the fuck would play it on the N64?
Me.
It was so hard to do with the way the clunky controller was, and you move and everything here. But yeah, it was really, I don't know. I loved it on the PS2, the PS1 though.
Sure.
It's good.
Sure.
It's pretty much what we talked about before. And the number 1 spot, coming in at 99 points, is, you probably guessed it, it's Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I mean, is there much more to say there?
We
on that
can't
one?
really say anything that hasn't been said already. Great game.
Everyone
Play
said
it.
everything, but you know what?
Came out on my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know your birthday. Sorry, dude. Yeah.
The date's like right there. He looked at it and was like, I don't know when your birthday is. Fuck you.
But you know what? I like Majora's Mask better. I'm saying it. I'm dropping the mic. No, I'm not dropping the mic. This is Kevin's mic. But still. Yeah.
Whatever.
I still think Majora's Mask is better. It's more interesting to me as a story.
I bet you think Hitler was right too.
Fuck. So, running a little long in the tooth here. Do you have a topic?
I don't really have a topic. We can figure something out on the fly. Let's talk about why Halo is so good.
Night, guys.